Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Toyota recall due to Takata airbags yet again. Now, this came out a couple days ago, and Toyota specifically warns drivers of approximately 50,000 vehicles to stop driving immediately and get the cars repaired. Now, this comes to us thanks to CBS News, and they noted that Toyota is urging owners of 50,000 older vehicles to stop driving immediately, get the airbags fixed. According to the voluntary recall, the vehicles should not be driven until the faulty airbags have been repaired or replaced. Now, in terms of the vehicles affected, unfortunately, it does affect the OG, the best product in Toyota's history. In fact, the most sold car in history, bar none by number of units sold, is a Toyota Corolla. And unfortunately, it's been hit by the recall. Now, specifically in terms of the models, it was the 2003 to 2004 Toyota Corolla, the 2003 to 2004 Toyota Corolla Matrix, Neo not included, as well as the 2004 to 2005 Toyota RAV4. Now, they note that because of the age of the airbags, it's much more likely that the part inside could explode and shoot shrapnel fragments, which could lead to serious injury or even death. Now, again, they went all out in terms of the all caps. So Toyota, and I will be bombastic with the all caps part, Toyota says, quote, owners should not drive these vehicles until the free safety recall repair has been conducted, unquote. They're serious about this. Now, let me see here. Now, according to the, of course, the business blunder is also Takata. They know that Takata used a volatile ammonium nitrate to create a small explosion to inflate the airbags and crash, but the chemical propellant can deteriorate over time when exposed to high temperatures and humidity, and it can explode at too much force, blowing apart the metal canister and spewing shrapnel. Now, they know that at least 25 people have been killed by the U.S. Takata inflators since May 2009, and at least 30 have died worldwide, including people in Malaysia and Australia. In addition, about 400 people have been injured, and of course, the exploding airbags sent Takata of Japan into bankruptcy. Now, let's say Toyota, of course, they're saying the airbag will be repaired or replaced, free of charge, of course, and yeah, it's not too surprising that that company went out of business, and yet the business blunder is still consistent with other things that we've seen, especially in the automotive community, especially in 2023. You got to really vet out your suppliers. A lot of people don't realize how many of the components are really manufactured by third parties like Bosch as well as Takata. Traditionally speaking, when it comes to a lot of these vehicles, the main company like General Motors, Ford, Toyota, Honda, they'll usually manufacture the engine, sometimes the transmission, the frame, the doors. But a lot of the components, especially, there are a lot of knickknacks, electrodes that are shared by multiple manufacturers. A mass airflow sensor is one of the most popular ones where I forget how many I've replaced helping friends with inner intakes throughout the years, but it's one of those things where they're mostly made by third parties. And of course, the job of manufacturers is not just to choose the one that's best going to fit the vehicle, but also to test it thoroughly. And again, the Toyota brand is known for reliability and safety. They're not known for making the fastest cars on the planet. They make vehicles that will last over 1 million miles and keep your family safe. That is their brand. And to have yet another issue where, recently they had over 1 million recalled because they might not deploy properly. Because again, the airbag issue, especially the safety components, I would suspect you'd have to have a team even more thoroughly vet them and test it with more rigorous. Just test as many conceivable many conceivable scenarios as possible to ensure a high quality product, and that when all the pieces come together, it will be darn near bulletproof, with historically Toyota has. And it's even more detrimental and heartbreaking when you hear how many people have actually died from this specific recall that not just affect Toyota. In this case, again, we're talking about that recall today, but Takata airbags were used by many automotive companies, and yet, unfortunately, didn't seem to catch the trouble or catch the recall or catch the problem was not brewed to the surface until it was unfortunately too late for some people. So a little sad news for the end of the podcast today. But again, if you have those Toyota in those model years, you can reach out to Toyota with your VIN number to check if it's actually being, if it specifically is being affected. You go to toyota.com/recall, or if you want, you can call Toyota customer support at 1-800-331-4331. Again, the recall at Toyota, if you want to reach Toyota to ask if your car is affected, it's 1-800-331-4331. And yeah, they also know this is. Let's see. This has led to the largest recall in automotive history. About 100 million inflators were recalled worldwide. So the by no means alone in this this instance, and was affected by that supplier. But yeah, the Toyota brand, they've been having more and more recalls, and having one again that's correlated to safety. That is certainly the business blunder of the day. Again, thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of February, so click that number. I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment, a thumbs up or a thumbs down is a great way to give me a little additional insight as well as some tips on how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.